I don't know what the negotiations were last night behind closed doors, but I was talking to a friend of mine, Warren Davidson, who you saw speak on the floor for McCarthy yesterday, and he's a House Freedom Caucus guy, and he says it looks like they're gaining some votes. So we'll see where we go from here. But again, no need to panic. I think it's important that people know that this is how the process actually should work, and there should not be a rubber stamp for Speaker.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for Yellow Hammer Now. I spoke with Representative Barry Moore of Enterprise today, and it was all about the Kevin McCarthy saga that is going on in the House of Representatives. He's there. He has witnessed this. He was one who I thought might be a no vote on Kevin McCarthy, but he did end up voting for Kevin McCarthy and has every single time. I asked him, I said, are you going to vote for Kevin McCarthy again? Is this going to end today? How is it going to end? And here's what he had to say.
Yeah, Dale, I think it is today. And let me remind people, I tried to do a little live video yesterday on my Facebook, but we need to remember that there are people who would love to cut a deal with the Dems within our own conference and elect a moderate speaker who would not give Jim Jordan subpoena power in judiciary. And that's the kind of things we got to watch for. We got to make sure we get, and I think it is today, though, to answer your question. And look, the media would love to say, oh, we're divided. But remember, after 1923, when the Republicans, when we had 9 votes for Speaker, the Republicans gained 22 seats in the next election. So this is a process I think that people appreciate. But remember, a lot of new blood here, a lot of great thinkers and independent thinkers. And I don't criticize anybody anywhere on this thing. We just got to come together at some point.
Okay, so you think it ends today. Does it end with McCarthy as Speaker?
I don't know what the negotiations were last night behind closed doors, but I was talking to a friend of mine, Warren Davidson, who you saw speak on the floor for McCarthy yesterday, and he's a House Freedom Caucus guy, and he says it looks like they're gaining some votes. So we'll see where we go from here. But again, no need to panic. I think it's important that people know that this is how the process actually should work, and there should not be a rubber stamp for Speaker.
To me, is that we have seen a bit of a break in the logjam here. Instead, what you have now is people who are starting to move in that direction. All of them? No. But Chip Roy even said yesterday that if they can get him, he can bring 10 along with him, 10 aligned individuals. And he said he's ready to make that move. So it looks like we are seeing a move in that direction. The adjournment yesterday was probably a sign that that was going to happen. So is this a done deal? No. Will it end today for sure? No. But Barry Moore, someone who I would consider to be maybe on the fence, who voted against Kevin McCarthy in conference, not only did he vote for him multiple times, he's going to vote for him again. And he thinks it ends with Kevin McCarthy being Speaker of the House. So it looks like we may be nearing the end here. And maybe by the time you watch this, the end has come. But with Mike Rogers making threats of removing people from committees, and Barry Moore, one of the people who I would consider to be maybe a swing on this issue, sticking with Kevin McCarthy, Alabama's playing a role in this, and it looks like it all might be over here relatively soon.